Sabrina is joining me this time because I just tried to start recording my first quick chat in a while. I just got home from Easter. I'm home alone. I figured what's a better time to throw the camera on and record a quick chat than now. Sabrina seems to disagree. She doesn't want to talk now. But when I turned the camera on the first time and started talking, she came from the other room and just started screaming. And now I picked her up, and now she's in air jail. She's kind of purring a little. She hates being picked up. Hates it. Now let's see. Social experiment. Is she going to start meowing when I put her down? We'll find out. She's staring at me. Now she's sitting. I guess that's how I can do it now if she comes talks on the podcast. But anyways, welcome to another quick chat. I threw a SpongeBob episode up on the TV for you guys if you have like ADD like I do and you're not going to be able to just sit here and watch me talk for 20 minutes. You can look at this sporadically. This is how TikTok gets me watching clips of people I have never heard of or TV shows I would never want to watch. And then I catch myself scrolling through TikTok for 3-4 minutes at least trying to find the next clip of this show. The worst is when you're watching a show, you want to know what happens next on TikTok. The creator hasn't posted it yet. You try to find it somewhere else, and you can't find it. There's like something in my brain that goes like, I would need to know what happens. Not going to watch the full show on the streaming service, but I need some guy to post it on TikTok with a temple run next to it, and I want to know what happens. HBO does a fantastic job at this because I've watched 3 or 4 of their shows or movies now that I have found on TikTok. I watched the Lakers show because I got one clip of Larry Bird on TikTok. I watched Chernobyl because I watched the scene of the guy driving the truck into the nuclear reactor to see how radioactive it was because they still didn't believe it blew up, which is just crazy to me. Great show, by the way. Both of them, highly recommend. But I don't even know what I'm talking about now. Now I'm all disoriented because it started. I was rolling the first time. And then Sabrina came in here meowing. Now I'm off my fucking game. But I'll get it back. I guess one thing I wanted to talk about that we haven't been able to talk about yet on the podcast because we've had some guests is the potential TikTok ban. And you might think, Cooper's about to get political. I'm going to tune out. Do not tune out. I'm not going to get political. I don't even know which part of Congress it passed through. All I know is it passed. I'm here to talk about something that I think is a way more serious issue about that. And you might say, free speech? No, that's not what I'm here to talk about. What I'm here to talk about is a personal issue. And that issue is I have to put my hand up and admit that I am probably chronically addicted to TikTok at this point. I don't even like my For You page anymore. I like every once in a while I'll get something I want. Like some March Madness highlights. Great. This fucking funny podcast clip with a guest I like. Might not have seen the podcast before. Great. Other than that, I get some shit that I'm just like, I can't believe this is what it's recommending for me. Some stuff about Europe that I don't want to get. I get like alt-right Europe accounts. First off, I don't even live in Europe. Second, I wouldn't classify myself as right, let alone alt-right. So that's interesting. I get videos of people being blown up in the Ukraine like it's a Looney Tunes sketch. There'll be a guy just sitting in a field in the Ukraine, which I've come to find out from watching Vice documentaries and some people who traveled to the Ukraine right before the war. The Donbass does not look much different now than it did then, which is astounding. Besides the point. This guy's fucking running around the fucking tank and a drone's chasing him like Tom and Jerry. And then it blows up and his head goes flying. I get that on my TikTok, and you know what the fuck is next to it? A goddamn SpongeBob clip. I'm watching a SpongeBob. Half the time I'm watching the fucking SpongeBob clip. I'm not even really paying attention to what's on the other side of the screen. So I'm not going to lie. If you're not getting crazy shit like that or you don't get political shit on TikTok, please message me. I need to find out how to fix my For You page. Because if you're not getting shit like that, I don't know what I also get the World of T-Shirts guy, which is it's just insane, the stuff I get on my TikTok. And I would love to have a normal one. So if you have a normal For You page, please hit me up. Let me know how you have a normal For You page. But it might not even matter because they might take it away. And the personal issue for me is TikTok is my filler now. I'm somewhere in public I don't want to be, and I have my AirPods. I'm throwing on TikTok. I'm at the office and I'm taking a shit. No one's in the bathroom. I'm playing that on level 1. And then I hear that door kind of crack open. Someone's walking in. Immediately shut the volume off. But I am watching muted TikToks now. Sometimes I'll load up Twitter. But here's the problem with Twitter. You get on a tweet. You kind of want to know the context of what's happening. And if there's not a community note letting you know what you saw in the tweet was just a political play and it has nothing to do with what actually happened, besides those community notes, you click on a tweet to get some context. And the first 15 tweets are tweets about something you don't care about. They're unrelated tweets that the creator is taking their chance to get on this thing. There's people talking about something else, unrelated fight videos, and then 15 OnlyFans pages. It's the only thing. And I don't follow a single OnlyFans page. You can go and fucking find my Twitter. First off, it's private, so you're not going to get accepted. But second off, I promise you there's not one fucking OnlyFans girl on there. Why is that under the tweet about the boat hitting the bridge? I want to know why the boat hit the bridge. They're saying power failure. I'm going to believe them. I don't know how boats work. But he drove right into the bridge. And people are like, this is what happens when you have a president that doesn't care about infrastructure. I have a question for that person. What would him spending more money on that bridge do to stop a massive boat hitting said bridge? It makes sense that it fell down. There's people on Twitter who are like, oh, why'd the bridge fall down? Oh, I don't know. A massive fucking boat slammed into it. Maybe that's why it fell down. Under that tweet, OnlyFans girl. Pitbull taking off a golden retriever's leg. Somebody wiping out in a car. I need context, all right? If you go on a TikTok, the first 5 people give you context. Then the next 10 people are opinions that are wrong. But at least I know the context of what I'm watching. And the other competitors' Instagram reels, and what a cesspool that is. I don't know what they do wrong. But Instagram reels, if they banned TikTok, would be like methadone. I feel like I'm not addicted to opioids, so I have no idea. But I can imagine methadone might it's like getting a back scratch from someone and they kind of miss the direct area that is actually itchy. And it's you scratched my back, but I didn't enjoy it. You know what I mean? So that's what I feel like Instagram Reels is compared to TikTok. Yes, it gets the job done, and a lot of the times it is stuff I've seen on TikTok, but it just doesn't feel the same. It's the store brand Fruit Loops. It's fruit circles from fucking Big Y. And yeah, it's a fruity circle, but it's not a Fruit Loop. And I don't know about anybody else, but I'm going to need at least a month to wean off this shit. I'm if you just take TikTok away tomorrow, like I said, I don't even enjoy using the app. But I will kind of go I don't know what I'll replace. Twitter's the only chance because you can't watch YouTube anymore. This hasn't gotten a lot of ads, but it's probably demonetized. Unless you're watching some out there shit on YouTube, you're getting 15 ads in a 10-minute video. It's unwatchable. I'd rather the OnlyFans girls, or I'd rather watch Russian people being chased by drones. It just doesn't do it. And like I said, Twitter's too much, man. It's too much. if anything, that's like making me question free speech. Like, hey, let's cut some of this shit out. You know what I mean? You should be able to have the option to have like a filter on your shit. Like, hey, the stuff Twitter used to take out, maybe take it out. I don't need everybody telling me how they feel. And this is coming from me with a podcast. But my thing is, don't watch it. The algorithm certainly doesn't want you to. So don't watch it. I don't care. It's like, but like on a tweet, I want context. You know what I mean? Filter some of the OnlyFans out. If I was buying OnlyFans, I get it. Even if I was interacting with their content. I also don't get how you can put porn on an app anyways. I don't really want to watch porn when I'm on an app. What if I'm at work? What if I'm on a bus? What if I'm around friends and family? I don't need to see a full dong entering some orifice saying, I have free content on my OnlyFans when I'm trying to figure out why a boat hit a bridge. It's just not good. All right? It's just not. And I'm not fucking watching Instagram Reels. You can't fucking make me. All right? Because it's just not the same. And if you're one of those people who are like, oh, I've never gotten TikTok, Instagram Reels is fine. Shut the fuck up. And stop talking from a point of privilege to me. Some of us made the mistake. I was one of those people forever. Oh, I don't use TikTok. Don't use it. Don't need to. I was lying. It was like when I was using an iPhone 8 with a crack in it. And I'm like, the experience is not much better than the iPhone 12. I was lying. I don't even know if I have the iPhone 12. I don't know what iPhone I have. But I had an iPhone 8 with a crack in it. And if I took the case off, the whole thing would fall apart. And I was like, I don't need a new phone. I was lying. Download TikTok, dude. They get, like, I don't even like I want to make a new one and try to figure out what the algorithm is. Because I just, like, I ruined it. It's too deep, but, like, I come back any dead space. Like, the more I say it, I'm like, I wonder what's going. I watch like a mini golf thing. Like I get like 3 or 4 good things a day, and the rest of the time it is garbage. But I swear to God, if you take it away from me with no fucking wean off, that might be it for me. It might be time to take the streets, and it's not a free speech thing for me. It is a literal dopamine thing. Like you took my drugs away. What the fuck am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I just, like, I don't know. So, like I said, I might reach out to Elizabeth Warren and tell her that I need her to fucking put it in the bill to give us at least a couple weeks if they ban this shit. That will be torture. And like I said, it is not even something I enjoy. Anyway, the next thing I wanted to talk about was how shitty Easter is as a holiday. All right? I know it's a religious one. I know it's important. But it is the worst holiday, hands down, and here's why. First off, the main attraction to the food is ham. That is your first out. Ham is not a leading role. The way I would describe ham is like Barry Keoghan. Barry Keoghan is great, talented, but he's a weird, freaky looking guy who is perfect in a supplemental role. He's great drinking the cum water out of the bathtub in fucking Saltburn. That's Barry Keoghan. Barry Keoghan's not Jacob Elordi. If someone was drinking Barry Keoghan's cum out of a bathtub, I'd be like, ooh, this movie, I'm good. I'm not even gay, and like I get the Jacob Elordi thing. Honestly, I get it. It didn't make me turn the movie off. And that might say something about me, but you didn't turn the movie off either. I guarantee you that was not the fucking out point for a lot of people. But again, Barry Keoghan could not be the lead. Like, imagine Jacob Elordi in the bath. Like, switch the roles. You know what I mean? You can't do it. Can't do it. He's also in Chernobyl, by the way, which I talked about earlier, I think. Great show. He's in it killing dogs. I'm glad he wasn't the scientist. Just wouldn't have been good. Banshees of Inisherin. He's great being the weird guy who likes the sister or whatever. Couldn't really understand those freaks when they were fucking talking. So I didn't really get I knew they weren't friends anymore. But it was a good movie. I don't know. But if he was playing next to Colin Farrell, I'd be like, Colin Farrell, why do you want to talk to this freak? Like, they didn't even want to talk to him in the movie. That is ham. It is great if it's there, I guess. But it's not what you want to come and eat. So I ended up eating like a sandwich, like a roast beef. It was like a deli meat platter there too. That's not like a holiday meal. It's not enjoyable. And it's on a Sunday. It's always on a different day too, which always throws me off. Like, if I don't know like Christmas, know what day it is. Thanksgiving, you know about like what day it is. It's the same day every year. It's not the same like date. But I didn't even know Easter was happening. It seems early. And then some years it's in like late April. And that's when it's nice because you go outside, everybody's chilling. But no one drinks on Easter. And if you do, you're kind of like, maybe invite me to your party. I was going to say something way more rude, but I didn't. Maybe invite me to your party. Because everybody just like casually drinks on Easter. Like, no one's getting sloppy on Easter. No one. So it's just not fun. Like, there's just not the entertainment. It's kind of like it's far out, so it's like the first time you're interacting with your family again since Christmas, and more often than not, this year not for us, but more often than not, you something is said at Christmas. There's some sort of like there's like this tiff between these people. We're in a small house. Hopefully it's nice weather so people can escape, maybe. But most of the time for Easter, you don't get that. You just don't. Speaking of that, just the fucking conspiracies, by the way, are getting out of hand. Like, conspiracies, it's in maybe some people would say to me, like, don't you think it got out of hand on January 6th? And I would say, yeah. But also, I couldn't even say it with a straight face. I was going to say where'd the ballots come from. But who knows, where did they come from? Shouldn't have stormed the Capitol over it. But like, you might say, like, was that when it was too far? My thing is no. My thing is, it's gotten too far when adults with real jobs are telling me that Taylor Swift is satanic. and she was flashing Masonic symbols at the Super Bowl with Ice Spice. First off, here's the deal. If you're over 50 and you know who Ice Spice is, get the fuck off the internet. That's probably the first risk. But you're telling me, first off, that Taylor Swift is satanic? If that's true, Satan's just like a mild-mannered white woman? Is hell even that bad? Like, it's probably pumpkin spice season year-round. It might be a little warmer than you want it to be, and then when it's warm, it's like cooler than when you want it to. It's like probably never the temperature you would enjoy. But like, it's probably like you can get pumpkin spice. What's the other fucking thing? Peppermint mocha. That would be great if I could have that year round. Probably everybody's pretty fashionable. Is that what hell is? Is Hitler just having a pumpkin spice right now with Satan? But she's just like, I to be honest with you, I've been dating someone who loves Taylor Swift, so I feel like I kind of get the lore at this point. If she's satanic, like, then I just think that first, like, she's just not. She's just not. There's people who are legitimately satanic and don't hide it. You don't fight though. Even you can say people who like Diddy. Oh, Diddy did fucking Diddy did shit. Like, cool. I believe it. He's sex trafficked. But is Taylor Swift sex trafficking anybody? She seems literally like someone who would be a barista if she wasn't a great, talented songwriter. If she had to stay in that small town in Pennsylvania, she would probably love poetry, but is too shy to be outgoing about it. She's just a little quirky. Like, she would be like, Taylor Swift. That's why she's so good. She's not satanic. Maybe she's trying to destroy the modern family for the zillennials and have them go off and on again relationships way too in their feelings until they can't have kids anymore. Maybe that's her deal. That would be something really interesting to know if white women between 18 and like say 29 were more likely to be single when she was. That is a fact I want to know. I guess we could do some research and find out. Maybe if that's the case, then you might swing me. But you can't just say she's satanic because she was flashing. She doesn't know what she's flashing. She's a fucking goofy guy. She's just a goofy gal. She's not satanic. I'm sorry to break it to you. And when someone who has a real job is telling me Taylor Swift is satanic and flashing you shouldn't know what Get on Excel. What are you talking to me about Masonic symbols? And people who are your boss. Like, I've had, not at the job I'm at currently, in case someone from there is listening, but I've had people talk to me who have positions of power in companies and say stuff that I'm like, why are you saying that? My life is in your hands. I need a paycheck next week. I don't save money well. You can't be you can't be acting like the system isn't real. You are the system for me, man. Do not talk to me about this shit. You shouldn't even know what this. Get off your phone and just do Excel and talk to other people. Make money so I can make money. That's why you make more money than me. Don't tell me about Taylor Swift and her Masonic symbols. That's not your deal. You're past that point. When you're entry level, when you were the older sibling in the basement smoking weed with your younger brother, unfinished basement, throw a conspiracy theory video on. Talk to me about how the towers fell in a way that wasn't natural. Tell me that it wasn't a bump stock in Vegas. It simply couldn't be semi-automatic. That's who should be telling me this stuff. It should not be somebody who makes $250,000 and is a reason that I get paid or somebody gets paid every week. Just isn't okay. Just isn't okay. And I watched the Alex Jones documentary the other night with Aaron. First off, say what you will about the man, but he's an entertainer. Probably the best entertainer in our generation. First off, this man convinced 24% of the U.S. population that Sandy Hook isn't real. Unemployment at its highest is like 10%. Let's just say 10 for the ease of numbers. I think it's under 5. What is that? There's not a lookup, guys. Someone else look it up. You can text me and tell me what it is if you're still listening at this point. But let's just say 5. That means he convinced 19% of people with jobs that it wasn't real. That is a modern day Jesus. He was in the trial and he lost $1 billion and he still didn't turn the bid off. He started selling his vitamins during that. Of course he would sell it when he was lying about Sandy Hook being real. Of course he would. I don't even know how you take $1 billion from that man. I don't think it is a bit for him. Should he have the whole country listening to him? No. But he is, and that's the craziest thing. So you got to tip your cap to the lunatic. That Alex Jones should be on a street corner in New York City screaming about aliens and punching people in the face and then not being charged for it. That's where Alex Jones should be. But instead, he had the ability to convince 24% of the country that Sandy Hook was not real. And the parents were like, yes, it is. And he's like, nope. And I thought, here's the deal. Until I watched the documentary, I legitimately thought that he like said it once and that was it. And I'm like, that's kind of insane that he got sued for what his followers did. But he talked about it for years. This man did not give up on it. It is insane. And then he got people to storm the Capitol. I'm pretty sure. I don't know how he's gotten unscathed with that, but he was there. Anyways, like that's the point. He shouldn't have been there on January 6th. That man should have been on 125th Street in Harlem. That's where he should have been. But that's why you got to just tip your cap to the guy. But the fact that like people are talking like Alex Jones with legitimate like roles in society is probably the most you know what? I'm back on the ban TikTok and ban it all. There should, you guys, because here's the deal. I know what videos they're getting. And for you to not know it's fake is honestly alarming because you signed my paycheck. And again, this is not my boss. This is just my paycheck in a broad term. Because that's the thing. It used to be like I said, your friend, his older brother. It used to be the uncle when like the first like liberal person in the family like asks for butter, and then you hear about how handouts aren't real and shit like that. That is where you want conspiracy theories. And we as a society now have it way too. You can't believe anything anymore. And here's the deal. If we can't believe it, I don't even know what to say here. I'm good. I'm good with it. Just that's what I wanted to talk about. Anyways, that was the first quick chat. We'll see which one, if this is even one I want to put out, which one I post first, this one or the episode we have with Marianne. But I honestly might try to do more quick chats. This was fun. Thanks everybody for listening. Bye.